We just made $5,000 on an Intel trade. Come over to my chart here. This was a very, very quick trade, and that's the beauty of swing trading. So if we just look at this chart, we can tell a couple of things right off the rip. It's a lot of consolidation that happens. So even if we just go back here in 2023 and at beginning of 2024, whatever it is, it was just a lot of up and down between two certain prices, that price being the $38 and about $32. Then even when you got up here, you were kind of in this consolidation channel for about 2 months between 50 and 44. And broader than that, with the exception of this blip that I just showed you, you can tell that there was a lot of consolidation in here. So when I see stocks that have this type of consolidation, I like thinking, okay, this is going to be something I can swing trade. Now, why wouldn't I want to long-term trade this? Because it doesn't give me the runs that I really want to see. So if I pull up my long-term chart, just to show you a comparison of why I was thinking, let's go with a swing trade. You have this in the past year, I guess, has been a pretty nice downtrend, but you can even see here, for about 4 months, it was really hung up there. And it wasn't until stuff started coming out about tech and chips and this and that really started to move things down. So it was news driven that was having to move the stock price down. I don't tend to like those types of things. When I see consolidation channels happen, I like going and making a swing trade. And this consolidation channel happened to be here. I knew that this blip up here wasn't going to last. It was going to fall back down, and it was going to fall into this consolidation channel. So when I realized all of these things about it, I pulled up my swing trading chart, which has more detail on it. You have your volume, you have your moving averages. And I said, okay, number one, we have earnings coming up. So I'm not going to be sitting in this for a very long period of time. And this one happened to be less than 24 hours, which is absolutely incredible. Number two, I know that we're not going to get through the 100-day moving average to the top side. So I was able to place an advanced order down here at $32.59. I said, basically, went into my brokerage account and I said, okay, the stock price is above $32.59. If at any point the stock price drops and hits $32.59, my trade is going to be executed. So that means I don't have to sit there on the computer and enter the trade myself. I'm just going to put it in there. I'm going to put in an order. And if it hits that number, I get filled. If I don't hit that number, nothing happens. Trade will expire. I'll typically do it for a full day. You can do it up to 60 days, 90 days, probably on some brokerage accounts. So what I was seeing was right in here. Saw that we had this big engulfing candlestick coming down. And I said, all right, we have some movement to the downside. We're starting to get some really good volume in here. Could somebody have entered here? Absolutely. And taken profits at the 25-day moving average, this purple line, or the 50-day moving average, the yellow line. For me, I said, I want to see a little bit more. I want 32.59. And why did I want 32.59? So if we get our whiskers back up here that I just took off, we are going to see 32.59 happened right here on Wednesday. It got executed on Wednesday at the 25-day moving average. Now, admittedly, I probably set my expiration of my trade a little bit too long, but the reason I was so lax with it and I wasn't super hyper focused on it is because I knew it wasn't going to survive at that 100-day moving average. The stock price was going to come down, and I knew that we were going to come down to this consolidation channel, which we absolutely came down to. These are the little things where you're going to pick up with experience. You know that what takes you through the 100-day moving average? A ton of volume, buying volume. Did we have that? No. What brings you down to consolidation? Not having buying volume. So I knew that these things were going to happen. It was just a matter of when was it going to happen. So trade got executed, and then you saw yesterday, it just continued its march down. It stopped right at the 50-day moving average. So we're in this trade. Now, I want to tell you how I found this trade before I show you how I exited, where I exited, what the process was about that. I got this on Tuesday from a community member. A community member during one of my live streams on YouTube from my Patreon community, link in the description below, was somebody that told me this. They said, Mo, check out Intel. It's hitting that 100-day moving average. You need to pay attention to this. It is a great place for you to find stocks like this. I almost say, I don't really screen stocks anymore. I use the community as my screener. So it's $25 a month right now. Like I said, the link is in the description below. Come and join us for these twice weekly live streams, and you can ask questions in the Patreon app to me and other community members at any time. So let's go back to this thing and show the exit. So this was an interesting exit, and I actually did exit it this morning on a live stream with the community. I said, guys, I'm actually a little bit of a loss here. Should I stay in this thing? Should I exit it? And we kind of talked our way through it. We knew that the 50 was there, and I knew that this consolidation was there. Now, if I pull up my whiskers again, actually, I'm going to go to the long-term chart just so we can get rid of a lot of the squiggly lines in detail. You can see that this price came down into this consolidation area. And I was saying, okay, guys, I don't know. Should I exit this thing now? Because should I exit it here at 31.26? I don't know. 31.04? I don't know. Many opinions were made. Some people said, Mo, you should exit it now at $31. Other people said, you should wait and try to get it down to $30. I looked at this and said, the margin of error is so small right now. And I pulled up the 15-minute chart. And this is another great thing that you can do as you gain more experience. I was seeing this. This is what I saw at that moment. Actually, let me black out what I'm seeing here. So let's get rid of this and let's get rid of all that. So this is what I saw during the live stream. And it was starting to have that move down. But the important thing to note, look where my trend was. My trend wasn't down here. It wasn't a short on a day trade. I wasn't getting this big influx of selling volume. So what did I do? I ended up exiting. I exited at about $30.98. It was a very quick 5% gain on a trade. And it really came down to, well, I know that I need to exit somewhere in this consolidation channel. I don't know where it is, but it's going to be somewhere. So I decided to make my exit. And right now it's $31.40. So it turned out that it looked pretty good. Does that mean that it's not going to go any lower? Absolutely not. This can absolutely go lower, but right now it's getting sucked back up to that 25-day moving average, which is a real fear that I had. And you can see here, this is kind of starting to roll. So we're at the bottom, very possible that this rolls back up. And I would have had all my gains wiped out. I threw a lot of things at you in this video. I have an ultimate chart trading guide for beginners. This thing is bookmarked. It's about 45 minutes long. You can use it as your guide. Go back to it at any time. Click this video right here and go enjoy it.